Hi, this is Dr. Michael Winters from Winters Wellness Center in Paducah, Kentucky, and I'm speaking primarily to the practice members of our office whose desire is to get optimally healthy. And the topic of today is flu shot or not. And it's a concern that people have this time of year. We're doing this in the fall of 2011. Now, if our goal is to get optimally healthy, then is there anything in the flu shot that can help us get optimally healthy? Well, let's just look at some of the ingredients of the flu shot first. And not all of these ingredients are in every shot. However, most of these are in one shot or another. Formaldehyde, can that help us get healthy? Thimerosal, a mercury-based preservative, can that help us get healthy? And we'll come back to that. Aluminum in a few shots. Phenol, sodium deoxycholate, a detergent. Ethylene glycol, pretty much an antifreeze. Other disinfectants. Beta-propionolactone. If you Google it, you'll see it's a carcinogenic. I know it's in very microscopic amounts, but still it's a carcinogenic. Latex, MSG, glycerol, polysorbate 80, neomycin and streptomycin in some versions of the shot, and cells from chick embryo. Can any of those help us get optimally healthy? Let's look at for a moment at the mercury-based preservative thimerosal. Some people say it's not a big deal, it's disproven that can be a factor in autism, etc. Other people feel like it's a big factor. Let's just look at one thing. If I were to open my computer on my desk here and look at the video I have from the University of Calgary where they exposed nerve cells in a petri dish to mercury, you could actually see what happens when nerve cells are exposed to mercury. The nerve cells have the little fibers, the little filaments on the end, and you can see when they're exposed to mercury, they just literally shrivel up before your eyes. And if you were to see that, you would know that thimerosal is not a great thing to put in your body. And it's in a lot of the flu shots. It's in all you have to do to know the difference, whether it's in there or not, is if you get a single dose vial shot, it's not in there. If you get something out of a multi-dose vial, which is the most common, it's in there. It's pretty much as simple as that. So can any of those ingredients help us be healthier? And the second question is the stuff really effective? Can it really help me avoid the flu? And again, we're talking about goals. We're talking about the goal of being optimally healthy, but still, if you are or do have a goal to avoid the flu, so to speak, is the stuff effective? So there's a couple things to be considerate about. One is there may be as many as 1,000 viruses every winter floating around that can make you sick. Of those, about 200 may be flu viruses. And of those, there's 3 in the vaccine and 3 that they had to pick 9 months ago to decide which goes in there. So they have to get it optimally right way ahead of time and assume that those viruses aren't going to mutate too much for it to be effective at all. And even if that is nailed, that they can nail that just right, your body still has to develop antibody levels to that vaccine. And most of the shots are actually fairly effective at developing a certain level of antibodies that they measure called titers of 1/40. However, when you read the print on the vaccine inserts, it says that titers of 1/40 have been associated with protection from influenza illness in up to 50% of subjects. And that's in a very old study. The line before that says specific levels of antibody titer post-vaccination with inactivated influenza virus vaccines have not been correlated with protection from influenza virus infection. So if you really look at the details in the practice insert, it doesn't sound very promising. Then if you look at something like the Cochrane Collaboration, which is a group whose purpose is to review scientific literature and make evidence-based statements, they say that the combined results of all the trials that they reviewed, and they say that this may be optimistic because many of those were company-sponsored influenza vaccine trials. This is where they put it in real-world terms to the average guy that's taken the shot. it says the combined results of these trials showed that under ideal conditions, that's where the vaccine completely matched the circulating viral configuration, meaning what's here with us this winter, they were able to pick out 9 months ago and pick it out exactly right. Even then, 33 healthy adults need to be vaccinated to avoid one set of influenza symptoms. And when they aren't able to pick it out just right, then 100 people need to be vaccinated to avoid one set of influenza symptoms. They also state that the vaccine use did not affect the number of people hospitalized or working days lost, but caused one case of Guillain-Barré syndrome, a major neurological condition per 1 million vaccines. So that's not real encouraging if between 33 and 100 people have to get vaccinated for one person to avoid a set of symptoms. So, toxins in the shot, how really effective is it? Those are some things to consider. And then people ask me, Dr. Winters, well, if I'm not going to get the flu shot, what can I do in the winter? What you can do is, one, eat really good. You know, we have an anti-inflammatory diet that a lot of people follow, and that's a great tool. At least follow the general principles of that. Eat healthy during the winter instead of junking out all the time. That's going to help you a lot. Two, what happens in wintertime? We don't have much sun. Our vitamin D levels tend to drop. I'm a big proponent of having a good, healthy level of vitamin D. It's so important for a strong immune system. I'd like to see you have your vitamin D levels checked, and I'd like to see them at 50 nanograms per deciliter. So a level of 50 in the winter, I think, would give you a strong protection against flu-related illnesses. And obviously, continuing your chiropractic care, and because there's a big correlation, feedback between the nervous system and the immune system. Those are three things that you could do as a practice member of Winters Wellness Center to keep yourself healthy and strong in the winter time. So this is Dr. Michael Winters from Winters Wellness Center answering the question or giving you information on flu shot or not.